Welcome back to New Day. Here's a little bit of history for you. Back in 1976, then President Gerald Ford declared the second Saturday in October National Chess Day. He wanted to promote critical thinking skills for the public at large. Chess players still celebrate to this day, and it's taken on a new purpose, including the game to a younger audience. My next guest talked with me about educational benefits of teaching chess to kids as young as 3 years old.
I think chess is an ancient game that's been played for a very long time. And I think the educational, the social benefits, and just the value of the simplicity of the game is the reason why it shined for so long.
Yeah. What drew you to the game of chess?
I actually started a tutoring business with a friend of mine. He was a competitive chess player, and I was in children's theater at the time. I didn't know how to play chess, and we desired to teach it to younger kids, to 3-year-olds. So we took some of my experiences working with children and his knowledge of the game, and we mashed them together to create a way of teaching chess through fun, engaging, silly stories.
I love that. And I think that's so important because I'll tell you this. I picked up a game of chess for my son because he said, I want to buy this game. And I went, okay, I learned to play chess years ago, but I don't know how to teach my own children. And I mean, it wasn't a very successful thing. So he's 5 or 6. What is a good age to start introducing kids to chess?
That's a great question, and I hear that a lot. I believe you can start teaching a child chess as early as the age of 3. You just need to look at how you're teaching it a little bit differently. When compared to something like baseball, baseball starts with t-ball. You don't start a 3-year-old playing baseball by having them try out for the Mariners. You teach them simple things like throwing and catching and maybe using a tee to swing the bat. And you can accomplish the same thing with the game of chess through introducing mini games, by removing some of the pieces to reduce the complexity of the game. And I really think that there's value in teaching younger children chess, maybe without all the difficulties of a full game.
That's a good idea. So let's go over some of the skills that this game here and the book and all this fun stuff can teach.
Yeah, in a game of chess, kids are working both sides of their brain. They're working the left analytical side of the brain, looking for the next logical move. They're also working the right side of the brain, the creative side of the brain, by looking for new patterns and new possibilities. They're also working social and emotional skills. When you're playing a game of chess, you're sitting across from an opponent and you're tasked with exploring their mind. So from that, you're learning all sorts of great things, including winning, losing, and the difficulties that come along with that.
I think chess is one of the only board games in existence that has become a major inspiration for film and television. There was a musical written about chess, a beautiful mind surrounding things like chess. And then we've most recently seen The Queen's Gambit. How do you think it is that we use this as a way to kind of describe human relationships and also kind of get it into the popularity of pop culture?
Yeah, chess is a universal game. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you grew up. It's played in almost every single culture. So it has definitely become a sign of intelligence, a sign of sportsmanship, and a sign of strategic thinking. So I think when people are creating any sort of art or project and they want to use that sign, it's easy for them to gravitate towards a chessboard.
I do know that you came up with a way to make this more fun, and just tell me a little bit more about Storytime Chess and the whole game.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we created Storytime Chess to try to introduce chess to a younger generation than ever before. We also wanted to target children who may have never learned it due to the stigma that chess is only reserved for STEM kids or math brain kids. And so we created Storytime Chess, which teaches chess through silly, fun, engaging stories. Every piece has a story in Chesslandia, and the stories explain why the pieces move the way that they do. They also explain strategy, tactics, sportsmanship, all through a really fun, engaging way that the parent needs to know nothing about chess in order to teach.
All right. Well, thanks to him for sharing that.